Victoria Police believe the overnight arrests of 7 people have thwarted the threat of a Christmas Day terrorist attack in Melbourne. Authorities allege the suspects were inspired by the Islamic State group, and their targets included some of the city's most notable landmarks in the heart of the CBD. Tom Nightingale has more.
400 police have raided at least 5 properties, and police say they've foiled what could have been a Christmas Day attack. Victoria Police Chief Commissioner Graham Ashton.
We believe that there was an intention to conduct what we call a multi-mode attack, possibly on Christmas Day. The possible locations that we've been working on have been Federation Square, Flinders St Station and St Paul's Cathedral, in that vicinity.
He described the potential threat as significant, involving substantial harm.
But we reasonably think that as a result of our investigations, plus also that investigation has included surveillance activity, and we've gained evidence that we believe is of a reconnaissance mission being conducted at that particular site. And we believe there was an intention to attack in relation to that area, most likely on Christmas Day.
Graham Ashton described the men accused as self-radicalised and said they were inspired by Islamic State.
We believe certainly it was going to involve an explosive event, the use of explosives, and we've gathered evidence to support that. There has also been some evidence that will lead around the possibility of an intention to use other weapons. That could include knives and or a firearm. There's certainly been some stated intention around that, and that'll form part of our allegations when this matter is presented to court.
Victoria's Premier Daniel Andrews says more police will now attend major events like Christmas carols tomorrow night and the Boxing Day cricket test match. He says it's purely a precaution. The Prime Minister Malcolm Turnbull has congratulated security agencies for foiling what he says could have been a major attack.
This is one of the most substantial terrorist plots that have been disrupted over the last several years. I want to thank the men and women of the police, Victoria, the Australian Federal Police and ASIO and other agencies for their work in thwarting this terrorist activity, which was an Islamist terrorist plot inspired, as the Victorian Police Commissioner just observed a moment ago, by Daesh or ISIL.
5 men are now in custody. Police say 4 were born in Australia and 1 in Egypt. The men accused are expected to appear in court later today.
In morning raids, police targeted homes across 5 suburbs from Melbourne's inner to outer north. At those properties, it's alleged they discovered evidence that could have caused extensive harm. Plans for an explosion in the heart of Melbourne on one of the most celebrated days of the year. Almost 400 counter-terrorism officers from Victoria Police, the AFP and intelligence agency ASIO swooped after their investigation revealed an alleged intention that turned into a potential capability. They made 7 arrests. 5 men were taken into custody. Aged between 21 and 26, 4 of them are Australian-born of Lebanese descent, the 5th born in Egypt. They're all known to police and have been the subject of surveillance for some time.
These are we believe, self-radicalised, but certainly inspired by ISIS and ISIS propaganda.
Police allege the men's plans included reconnaissance missions around their targets. St Paul's Cathedral is the most visited church in Melbourne. Anglican diocese leaders were informed of police raids this morning. Though they haven't noticed any suspicious behaviour, security will be increased to allow Christmas church services to run as normal.
We're a diverse people, we are tolerant people, and I've had contact with some people from the Islamic community this morning, and we've made contact with them, and they share our concern that the actions of a few will tend to polarise opinion in Melbourne.
The Islamic Council of Victoria has released a statement strongly condemning any plans and actions to attack innocent civilians and places of worship, especially during this religiously important time of the year for so many in our community, including our Christian friends.
What it will be alleged was going to occur, if not for the professionalism and hard work of our police, were not acts of faith. They were, in their planning, acts of evil.
While police stress the threat has been neutralised, they will be stepping up their presence at major events, including the Boxing Day test in Melbourne.